In the blink of an eye, rock stars who once had the world at their feet saw everything crumble to dust. One moment, they're the kings of the stage, with fans screaming their name. The next, they're buried in scandal, public backlash, and career-destroying mistakes. Jerry Lee Lewis was on the verge of becoming bigger than Elvis before a 13-year-old cousin turned his world upside down. Billy Squier went from chart-topping legend to a punchline after a cringeworthy music video. So, what happens when the spotlight turns into a spotlight of shame? What does it take to go from hero to zero in a matter of seconds? Jerry Lee Lewis. The scandal that shattered a legend. Jerry Lee Lewis, known as The Killer, was one of the founding pioneers of rock and roll, right alongside Elvis Presley. He wasn't just another piano player, he was the man who set the stage on fire with his wild energy and outrageous performances. In 1957, Jerry Lee was absolutely on top of the world. He was signed to Sun Records, the same label that brought Elvis into the limelight, and within a year he sold over 300,000 copies of his songs in just 3 weeks. Hits like Great Balls of Fire and Whole Lotta Shakin' Goin' On made him a household name. At this point, Jerry's career seemed unstoppable. He was poised to become the next Elvis. But, as rock stars often do, he pulled a major self-sabotage move. In 1958, Jerry Lee went on a UK tour, and that's when things took a dramatic turn for the worse. The British press discovered that Jerry Lee had secretly married his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Brown, while still married to his previous wife. The scandal hit like a bombshell, and the press had a field day. The backlash from the public was immediate and severe. The remainder of his UK tour was cancelled, and when he returned to the US, radio stations boycotted his music, and venues refused to book him. His career went from making $10,000 a night to barely scraping by with $250 per gig. Sam Phillips, the owner of Sun Records, even admitted that if not for the scandal, Jerry Lee could have been bigger than Elvis. Instead, he became a cautionary tale of how one personal mistake can completely derail a rock star's career. Billy Squier, the music video that killed his career. Billy Squier was one of the most promising rock stars of the 1980s, with his powerful sound and a string of hits under his belt. In the early 80s, Billy had everything going for him. He was riding high with his band Piper, and his solo career took off with albums like Don't Say No and singles like The Stroke. He was a respected figure in the rock world, known for his gritty sound and stage presence. But then came the fateful year of 1984, when Billy made a decision that would end up destroying everything he'd worked for. It all started with his hit song, Rock Me Tonight, which was climbing the charts and getting rave reviews. Billy was on top of the world. However, the label insisted that a music video be made, something Billy didn't feel was necessary. But being the good rock star he was, he went along with it. The video, directed by Kenny Ortega, yes, the same guy who later directed High School Musical, was, let's say, it didn't exactly scream rock star. Billy, who was known for his tough, masculine image, was seen awkwardly dancing in a tank top, crawling across the floor, and doing some other un-rockstar-like moves. It was a cringe fest, and fans were horrified. To make matters worse, the video looked way more suited for a pop star than someone like Billy, who was supposed to embody rock and roll rebellion. Tommy Lee, the infamous honeymoon tape. Tommy Lee was living the rock star dream. As the drummer of Mötley Crüe, the man was an absolute legend, known for his hard-hitting beats and his crazy, larger-than-life personality. But Tommy wasn't just a musical icon. His personal life made headlines just as much as his music. Most notably, he had a whirlwind romance with actress Pamela Anderson, and in 1995 they tied the knot in a crazy, over-the-top ceremony. The couple was everywhere, and their honeymoon was set to be another one of those rock star love stories we all wanted to read about. But what happened next was anything but a fairy tale. During their honeymoon, Tommy and Pamela made a private, intimate video, just the two of them doing their thing. But in a move straight out of a bad thriller, the video was stolen. A disgruntled electrician named Rand Gauthier, who had worked on the couple's mansion, swiped the tape. But instead of keeping it under wraps, he sold it. And that's when everything blew up. The video was leaked online, and within months, it became an internet sensation. Instead of their honeymoon being a sweet private memory, it was now one of the most talked about scandals of the 90s. Jim Morrison, the incident that tarnished The Doors' reputation. Jim Morrison was a rock god, an icon, and let's face it, a walking rebellion. As the lead singer of The Doors, Morrison had it all: fame, adoration, and a mysterious, brooding persona that captivated millions. He was the definition of a rock star, unpredictable, defiant, and unapologetic. But in 1969, during what was supposed to be a triumphant performance, Morrison did something that would forever alter his and the Doors' legacy. Morrison, already known for his volatile nature, had arrived late to the concert in Miami, and when he finally took the stage, things went south in an instant. Instead of a grand, charismatic rock performance, Morrison began to rant against the audience, calling them idiots and slaves. He even urged them to get naked and let go of their inhibitions. While this may have been part of his rebellious stage persona, it didn't go over well. The crowd was already restless, and Morrison's tirade only made things worse. The situation escalated quickly, and within hours, Morrison was arrested for indecent exposure and public drunkenness. Eric Clapton, the racist rant that shocked the world. Eric Clapton is widely regarded as one of the greatest guitarists of all time. He's known for his soulful, blues-infused rock, with hits like Layla, Tears in Heaven, and his work with Cream. Clapton's influence on rock music is undeniable. He practically invented the genre of blues rock. But despite his incredible musical legacy, Clapton found himself in hot water in 1976 for something that had nothing to do with his guitar playing. During a concert in Birmingham, England, Clapton went off script in the most inappropriate way possible. In a moment of madness, he went on a racist rant telling the audience, "We should send them all back, stop Britain from becoming a black colony." And just in case that wasn't bad enough, he added, "Get the foreigners out, keep Britain white." The audience was understandably shocked, and many fans who had adored him were horrified. It wasn't just a slip of the tongue. Clapton's words were deliberately hateful, and the backlash was immediate. His career, already firmly established, now had a serious stain. How could someone who had openly admired and championed black musicians like Muddy Waters and B.B. King make such disgusting comments? His reputation was tarnished, and it took years for fans to even begin to accept his apology. Clapton later explained that his racist outburst was influenced by his alcoholism at the time, but it didn't excuse his actions. He never formally apologized to the people he offended, and many still believe he never truly understood the gravity of what he did. John Phillips, the horrific family secret that ruined his legacy. John Phillips, co-founder of the iconic 60s band The Mamas and the Papas, was a legend in his own right. His band was known for their tight harmonies and catchy tunes, with hits like California Dreamin' and Monday, Monday that still echo in the hearts of many fans. John Phillips was a talented songwriter and musician, but unfortunately his personal life cast a dark shadow over his legacy. Despite his success, his life behind the scenes was far from perfect, and in 1981 he found himself arrested for drug trafficking. The charges were serious enough to shake his career, but not completely ruin it. After a slap on the wrist sentence, he faced public criticism, but it didn't completely take him down. It seemed like just another rock star scandal. However, what came to light years later would completely destroy any remaining respect for him. In 2009, John Phillips's daughter, Mackenzie Phillips, released a memoir that exposed a shocking and horrifying truth. She claimed that her father had sexually abused her for over a decade. The revelation sent shockwaves through the music world. The man who had been the face of such beautiful, harmonious music was now revealed to be a predator, and not just any predator. He was her father. Mackenzie's brave decision to speak out about the abuse turned the public's perception of John Phillips from that of a beloved musical figure to a man whose legacy was forever tainted. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.